parents. So I've gotten a lot of questions the last few weeks about teaching scissor skills. So I know this has been a long time coming. I've mentioned that I was going to do this to a few of you, but I thought I'd just put together a quick little video of some of the tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way of my many years of teaching preschool to kind of show you some easy tips to use when you're teaching your child how to use scissors. So I'm going to use my scissors here. And as you know, your thumb goes in the little hole, and then we tell them to put 2 or 3 fingers down here in the big hole. And we just tell them whatever's comfortable for them. If all 4 fingers fit in them for them and that's comfortable, that's fine too. But at least 2 fingers need to go in that bottom hole there. And we always tell them we want to be a thumbs up kid. That means you're being a good kid, right? Thumbs up. So we always tell them when we're cutting, we do thumbs up. So same thing when you're holding scissors and everything. And we tell them when you're holding the scissors, they want to be pointing away from you. So right now I'm holding the scissors, my thumb is on top, my fingers are on bottom, and the scissors are pointing away from me. Because a lot of times when they're learning, they're grabbing the scissors, they're putting their thumb on top and their fingers at the bottom, and then the scissors are pointing towards them, and that's not safe either. So we want to make sure we tell them, point the scissors away, thumb on top, rest of the fingers on the bottom. So the little hole is for the thumb. That's an easy way to help them remember. So I drew some shapes here, so we're going to practice cutting out some big shapes. So as they're holding the paper as well, you want to have them holding the paper with their thumb up on top like this. So they're holding the paper with their thumb up, and they're holding the scissors with their thumb up. So the thumb is up. I'm just going to cut this in half here so I can work with a smaller piece. So their thumb is on top. So if they're holding their thumb on top, that's naturally going to make the other hand go with their thumb on top too, because of that bilateral connection in the brain. So if they're non-dominant hand, so I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be talking everything right-handed. If your child is left-handed, it's the exact opposite. So I'm going to hold the paper with my left hand because I'm holding the scissors with my dominant hand, my right hand. So I'm holding the paper in front of me with my left hand with my thumb on top, and I'm starting with my scissors, and I go, and I always want to line up. Can you see? I'm going to stand up a little bit. So you're going to line your scissors onto the line before you snip shut. Open your scissors as big as you can, push them on the line, line them up. Make sure your scissors are touching that line. The top of your scissors are touching that line before you close your scissors. And then you went one whole straight line. Now you're going to turn your paper. Turn the paper, hold it again. Make sure thumbs up on both of them. My thumb is up here and my thumb's up over here with my left hand. Open, make sure those scissors are touching that line, and close them. Excellent. And then have them just continue. And the more they do it, the better they're going to get. If your child is still struggling, make sure to give them a little bit of leeway as they're doing it. You're not pushing, you're not forcing them to do it, but giving them lots of opportunities to practice. The more opportunities you give them to practice, the better they're going to get at it. So I cut out my paper. Now I have all these little scraps. Now, as messy as it sounds, let them practice cutting with these little scraps, this little thing. Unless you're going to use this for another art project, this is just trash. So give them a bucket or a box or something. This is a great use for all those Amazon boxes, or a big box of diapers or wipes from your younger siblings. Use one of those and have them cut the paper into that box. And so just let them practice snipping and going along and cutting the paper. The more they practice with the scissors, the more comfortable they get with those scissors in their hand, the better and stronger those muscles are going to be, and they're going to continue to grow like that. So another quick thing, so those are beginning skills. If your child has already mastered a lot of that, and now you're seeing that they're kind of struggling, sometimes they're going like this and turning the paper. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to show you some things on my oval here. So as I'm cutting, I want to make sure that they're cutting like this. If your child is going like this with their elbow up or struggling to and turning the paper, and they seem very uncomfortable. They understand the concept, and the muscles in their fingers are strong enough to be opening and shutting the scissors, but you see that maybe their upper body is a little bit uncomfortable with the concept of cutting, which we see very often. It's a natural progression. The stronger they get, it's almost like they're trying to challenge themselves. And trust me, as a teacher, it drives me crazy, but it happens all the time. So one of the things that we do to help them with this issue is I'll just take a separate piece of paper and I'll tell them it has to stay there. Keep that paper, or whatever it is. You can use a marker, you can use something, and tuck it under their arm. And tell them if they can cut out that whole oval without letting this paper drop, then they win a sticker or something, you know. But that's the challenge, is to keep this paper here. And so then they're trying to keep this paper down also. So that's another little trick. One more thing, great for building up the upper body strength, the shoulders and arms. Those are great skills, you know, again, for those kids that are twisting and turning their whole arm. When they're writing, you see them doing that a lot, or when they're, if they're rushing through writing and using their whole arm to do it instead of using just their little fingers. I have a few tips for that too. So bear with me. If all you were here for is scissor skills, you can go ahead and cut out, but just a few more tips for writing as well. So a great way to strengthen those muscles is tummy time. I know I've said it before, but tummy time, tummy time, tummy time. It sounds silly for your 4-year-old, but honestly, it really helps. When you're playing a game in the evening, if you're coloring or reading a book, just ask them to lay on their tummy to do it. You try doing it. I was playing a game with a student the other day, and we were both laying on our tummy, and honestly, after a few minutes, you know, my arms were tired of propping myself up like that, and I realized you could feel it here in your shoulders. I'm feeling it in my arms. I was feeling it even in my stomach, my core, as you're holding yourself up like that. And so it's really great for building those muscles. Tummy time during normal activities is a great way. Another fun thing is instead of always having them sitting at a table and doing something, having them take their marker or whatever and hold it up against a wall to do it. So I'm going to scoot my chair. So they're holding it with one hand up against the wall, and they're writing and doing the activity with their dominant hand on the wall. So that is also helping with the coordination and that strength in those arms too. So just a couple of little tips. I hope those help. Those are some occupational therapy tips that I've picked up along the way. I hope it helps. I miss you guys all. Let me know if you have any other questions, anything else that I can help with. Have a great day.